All right. One of my favorite songs growing up was Money Ain't a Thing. Money Ain't a Thing. 1 second applause. To Money Ain't a Thing. Jermaine Dupri and Jay-Z. And it was a bit of an unexpected collaboration, right? Because this is an example of a New York rapper collaborating with someone from the South. Now, it's happened, but it was one of the early examples of something I think Jay-Z also was able to successfully build his brand on. He collaborated with Jermaine Dupri on Money Ain't a Thing. Jermaine Dupri was out of Atlanta. He later would collaborate with Juvenile and Ha. Juvenile was from New Orleans. And then he also collaborated on Big Pimpin' with UGK. So they're out of Houston. So he successfully was able to position himself in Southern strongholds by doing these type of collaborations. And so the song Money Ain't a Thing was on Jermaine Dupri's album, Life in 1472. 1 second applause to that album. Love that project too, man. There's another song on there with Mace. Mace has one of the best flows on that joint. Now I know you love my lazy flow, but here come my crazy flow. Doing this shit, it bring me dough. Doing it again, it made me mo. Rich the only way to go. Give me what you pay me for. What you looking shady for? Bitch, I got my baby home. I love that. 1 second applause. One of my favorite all-time Mace verses ever. 1 second applause again. That was my favorite song off Life in 1472, and this is my second favorite song. And so, just the beat is crazy. The collaboration is dope. Definitely a classic track. Moderately successful, I think. It charted around the 50s, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 51, 52 or something like that on the Billboard Hot 100. Definitely top 10 in the rap space. But it is one of those songs that is a very important song historically, and collaboration between from a New York artist and a Southern artist, right? And at that point in time, we've talked about this quite a bit, there was a lot of people in New York, particularly New York media, who was slow to embrace Southern artists, Southern MCs, Southern rap, Southern hip hop. Very slow to embrace it. Very slow to give it respect for its lyrical contributions, very slow to appreciate a lot of dance centricities. It was that was the era in hip hop. That's what it was, right? And so this song really broke through in both regions. Jay-Z would also put it as a bonus track, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a bonus track on Volume 2, which is it's probably top 5 favorite Jay-Z album. I wouldn't necessarily rank it as one of his best albums, but I just love that album. 1 second applause. And so this conversation right here is really interesting to me, and I want to share it with you because I do like doing these history pieces. I do like doing pieces that really look at behind the scenes of certain things. And so Jermaine Dupri went on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, and he talked about the origins of Money Ain't a Thing. So let's take a look at it.
The idea of Money Ain't a Thing actually came from, I came here to New York and we did this photo shoot. Like it was a great day in hip hop in Harlem.
Yep.
Right?
This is such a legendary photo. Legendary photo. One of the most important images, pictures in the history of hip hop. I remember this when this picture came out. I don't remember the shoot, but I remember when this picture came out. 1 second applause.
Photo shoot with all the rappers, right? On my way to do the picture, I was listening to a Clue tape. And the Clue mixtape, Jay-Z took my cadence from Drew Hill Sleeping in My Bed remix, right? And he was like, y'all want something, I'm gonna make you something. He basically was taking what I was doing and made it his own. And
big shout out to DJ Clue too. He was a very important part of this Clips album that just came out that I'm still listening to, by the way. Let God Sort Him Out. 1 second applause.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute.
There's something there.
Oh, he know me. I'm thinking like, these rappers that's deep down in this rap world in New York, they don't with what I'm doing because I got Crisscross, I got Escape. You know what I mean? I got the Brat. It's looking like what I'm doing is up.
I mean, I think people in New York definitely accepted Escape. Crisscross, on the other hand, I'm not sure. That was really a generational thing. Like every kid loved Crisscross. We all loved Crisscross. It was kind of hard not to. But you're right. I think Jermaine Dupri right here is speaking to the gap that was there between New York and the South. Truthfully, New York and every other region, more than anything else.
Up here, and this underground rap level is like, that ain't where I'm surfacing at. And by the way, I'm listening to Clue tape saying the same thing. I'm like, man, I got to give me a song on this goddamn Clue tape. It just felt like you wasn't in rap if you ain't had no song on the Clue tape, right?
That's a big fact, too. I mean, the importance and significance of Clue tapes. If you weren't on a Clue tape, he says it really well. You weren't necessarily considered to be in the most important, most significant echelon of hip hop, of rap at that point in time.
So as soon as I got out there to the thing, I bumped into him. I'm like, yo, we need to do a record. He's like, give me a number. And we start exchanging numbers. I'm like, yo, I'm bringing you to Atlanta. We're going to do it. I didn't think it was going to go down, but I kept calling him, trying to figure it out. And then he said, I'm coming. He came to Atlanta. I was going to the airport, pick him up. On my way to the airport, I started trying to prepare myself for the session. So I put in Can't Knock the Hustle, right? And I'm in a Continental T, right? And I'm driving. I'm late, so I'm swerving through lanes. I'm trying to get there really, really fast. I start hearing the lyrics, and the lyrics sound like it's talking about exactly what I'm doing. You know what I mean? On the highway, switching 4 lanes, screaming through the sunroof, money and the thing. I'm like, what?
But harder than double off crash the rings. With the window crack, holler back. What do you? I love that joint. I'm sorry. I love that joint so hard.
He's talking about me. You know what I mean? Like, and then in the line before that, he say, I'm deep in the South, kicking up top game. And I'm like, why did he say the South? That little he would have never said the South. I probably wouldn't even pay no attention to that part. But him saying deep in the South.
Spitting up top game.
So I started thinking about like, oh, this is it right here. He deep in the South right now. This is what's happening. I'm picking him up and I'm driving my car like the record is talking, right? So as soon as he get in the car, I'm like, yo, I'm going to sample this part. This is what the song going to be. And he was like, all right. And he got quiet and we rode to my house. And in that period of time when he got quiet, we kept listening to Can't Knock the Hustle all the way to my house. But in that period of time when he got quiet, he wrote his rap. And I didn't realize that that's what he was doing. He didn't hit a beat yet. He didn't know what the beat was going to be about, but he wrote his rap.
Stories.
That's another great example of what's become a very consistent part of Jay-Z lore. How Jay-Z writes his rhymes in his head. I've got a good friend who's worked with Jay-Z before, and he described a situation where they were all in the studio just sitting around talking for like 30 minutes. And then when it was time to record, Jay-Z rapped the entire conversation. Big shout out to Stat Quo. Me and Stat Quo got a podcast coming soon, Third Verse podcast with DJ More Millie. 1 second applause. You guys will be seeing some of that in very near future. We've been shooting for the past couple of weeks, getting ready for this rollout. So the rollout is coming up. But this is another example of Hov just sitting there quietly, and then all of a sudden coming up with his verse when it's time to record it. Great stuff.
Based off me saying, this is what I wanted to do, right? So he knew the song was called Money and the Thing. That was automatic because he said it, right? Screaming through the sunroof, money and the thing. So we got in there. He started with the Y'all Wanna Rock With Us. He had those parts. I played the beat and he started going with it. Me saying, I don't like it if it don't bling bling. That's like me saying that actually to him. Like I said that, that's who I am. You don't like it, you don't like it. If it don't. You know what I mean? Like, so we just start talking back and forth. Like, let's have it. Like, let's do it. Like we talking back and forth. And it just went like that. But I wanted my first single to be with Jay-Z. At the time when I wanted that single to come out, Jay-Z hadn't popped the way people know Jay-Z now. The Suits at Columbia was like, who the f*** is? What are you?
Jay-Z.
The Suits at Columbia. Who is Jay-Z? Why would you want to do this? Why would you want to do this? Now, this is 1998, I guess, maybe 97, whenever the song came out. But two things stand out to me immediately when I hear that. Volume 2 is really when Jay-Z blew up. Volume 2, particularly Hard Knock Life, the song. I mean, that song, that album did 5 million, I guess, maybe, which is crazy. Crazy numbers. That's when Jay-Z blows up. So Jermaine Dupri is early on this. And 2, he said the Suits at Columbia didn't know what to do. And big shout out to Joey Badass, man. Big shout out to Joey Badass. I haven't covered this yet. One of the things reasons why I hadn't covered it is because, 1, I was sick. But 2, I've been waiting to see what happens today. Because Joey Badass last week, he released a video going in on Columbia Records because they pushed his album back. He said that he's turned the album in. They've had the album for a while. Everything should be clear. There wasn't anything on his end. And he talked for about 6 minutes on Instagram, and he was completely frustrated with Columbia, the Suits at Columbia. Well, same thing that Jermaine Dupri just said. Now, completely different administrations. I'm sure the staffs are totally different. Joey Badass is dealing with post-consolidation Columbia. Columbia is in the Sony system, if I'm not mistaken. Totally different situation. But one of the things I did when I was looking at Joey Badass do this, I took a look at the Columbia roster. And there's not a lot of rap over there. Not a lot of, like Tyler's over there, but not a lot of rap that sounds like Joey Badass. And so here we are now, unrelated note, but still only related because Jermaine Dupri just mentioned Columbia. But here we are now, 2025, Joey Badass probably had more rap light on him since Devastated, since All American Badass, and they pushed this project back, presumably to a degree, at least because they don't see where the hits coming from on this album, and everything is obviously hits focused. But that jumped out to me. I'm definitely going to cover that story. The reason, again, like I said, I waited until Monday to talk about that, today to talk about that, was I'm waiting to see if Joey Badass actually does what he threatened to do in that video. And in that video, he threatened to just leak the album and put it on YouTube if they weren't able to come up with a date by today. So we shall see where things are with Joey Badass's new, I'd argue, definitely anticipated within hip hop album, given the bi-coastal 120-something song, this rap battle royal that he set off at the beginning of the year with Rayvon and Daylight and Lit Poppy and so many others. So many people were in this. CJ Fly and everybody. Mick Jenkins. It was crazy. Spreadsheet's still available if you guys want to take a look or look back at what we experienced earlier this year. But we'll see what Joey Badass decides to do. But the Suits at Columbia in 2025, when it comes to Joey Badass.
Tomato.
But when it comes to Tyler, the Creator, which I imagine is all Tyler, because I do this album, Don't Tap the Glass. The more I listen to it, the more infectious it gets. So 1 second applause to Tyler, the Creator.
You're trying to spend this money and you talking about why don't you put this single out with Mariah? This will go straight to the top, blah, 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 right? That was a conversation. They didn't understand what it was. I was just like, I'm from Atlanta. Like, we are looked at like we don't know what hip hop is. Mm-hmm. We looked at like we country. We looked at whatever. This is what I want to do. And this is actually who I am.
You was making big moves, doing big things. You took a small group, turned the big name.
Okay, all right, yeah.
That was cute. 1 second applause. So that's the backstory to that. And Columbia didn't know what they had, and just seems to be the synergies between Can't Knock the Hustle, and what turned into Money Ain't a Thing. So I appreciate this little piece, this little detour into hip hop history. Do you remember this song? Do you like this song? Do you remember that Jermaine Dupri album? Do you remember that era overall? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section. My name is Justin Hunt. Like, subscribe to the channel, follow at The Company Man on everything, including The Company Man podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views us radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, dog. You don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.